Hi, I'm Leslie, also known as Lely Jelly. I recently made a shutter card using the new Epic Celebrations stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's one of those freebies you can get with a £45 order here in the UK. I think it's a $50 order in the US. It's really great for boys' cards and, you know, the difficult sort of stuff. I made the card and then got a few questions about how I'd done the front, the decorative piece on there. And you may have seen the card. I'll put a little shot on here for you to see that now. The front was made with the new to us, Brushos. Now, Brushos have been out for a long time and there are quite a lot of ways to use it. You may mostly mix them with water and spread them however you like to, and just play around and get the image that you want. Just one word of warning is that if you try to copy someone else's, you'll never get exactly the same because of all the tiny little fragments in Brushos, all the tiny little pieces of pigment. Just because that says blue, there won't only be blue in there, there'll be other little pieces of colour that will make up the overall blue colour. So it's never going to be exactly the same as someone else's. So what I did first is I took a sheet of our watercolour cardstock. I took the stamp, the running shoe stamp, sneaker stamp, trainers, whatever you call them, and stamped it onto the watercolour card with Versamark ink, and then I heat embossed it with white embossing powder. I used the white rather than clear because I wanted a slightly sharper image, but you could use clear. In fact, you could use any colour you wanted really, but I liked the white. So having done that, I've to save time and rather than stamp it all again for you here, I've actually got a sheet that I've already stamped and heat embossed. I'm not sure if you can pick up the heat embossing. And don't overly worry if the images are not quite sharp. You know, you're going to be pouring loads of ink on them, so it doesn't really matter too much. So how did I do it? Well, I just played really. First I started with my water brush. I'm afraid mine isn't a Stampin' Up one, but that's basically because I've had it for about 15 years. I started by literally just going all over the card, just with plenty of water and letting that soak in. And because it's lovely and soaks up that water so much, you can actually put quite a lot on. So I'll just quickly go over and show you. In fact, I'll stop there and I can add some more in a moment. Next, I just took the blue being my favourite colour. It had to be blue. Everyone who knows me knows that I like blue. And I've got 3 holes in the top of mine. Some people only have 1, but who cares? So literally just, and I whacked loads of it on. You know, I wasn't too, as you can see, I wasn't too careful. It does make a bit of a mess. And I started to let it roll about, let the water roll. I loved the little streaks I got in it, and it's quite messy. I don't know if you can see that. And I also threw a bit of yellow on it as well. And then I thought, it's not really going how I want it to go. So how about I spritz it a bit? So then I spritzed it a bit. I think you can see the yellow then, and then you get nice little green patches too. So with a spritzer. As you can see, the colours run down to the bottom here too. I'm going to put a bit more on. And I just continued to play until I got the effect I wanted. I'm a bit heavy-handed, so you can probably hear me whacking this away on the video. And it's not, it's nice, it's kind of marbly, but I wanted a more solid colour. You can see the sneakers starting to appear there. So then I just basically I used the dry end of my brush and just literally brushed it across. And by brushing it across, you don't lose all the patchy bits. You still get some of the speckles, so it's still quite nice. And it also makes it very quick. So if you're in a hurry, no worries, just whack it on and get it going. And of course you can put more water on, which will disperse the colour more. But I love this bluey green, sort of teal sort of shades. So let's give that another spritz there. And because it's watercolour card, it, you know, really reacts to the water well, and doesn't sort of bow too much. It will bow a bit, but you know, we'll flatten that out. I did say I was heavy-handed, didn't I? So you can probably hear that. You can see my mess. I'm going to have a bit of a clean up. It's going to make me cough too in a moment. Let's the water run, and then literally again, I just brushed it. You know, I wanted the card to be mostly blue. As I said in my other little sneak peek video, I'd made this for my son, who seems to be forever buying running shoes. To be fair, he does run half marathons, but you know, I've never seen so many running shoes in my life, so it was quite a good choice for him. And that is a little bit darker than I wanted, but you know, you can always, I've got a major clean up job going on here, haven't I, afterwards. And that is basically all I did. And you all seem to like it, or not all of you, but you know, quite a few of you seem to like it. So hopefully you'll give this a bit of a play round, and as I say, you can just spritz it. You can play. That's the best way to find out what these things do. And that, as you can see, was it really. Now you just leave it to dry, but you could, like I did, take the heat gun to it, and if you do that, it blows the water about a little bit, so sometimes you get little lines and puddles, which is quite interesting. So you have to forgive the noise, because I'm just going to pop this on a minute and dry a little. So let's give this a go. It's probably not going to blow the water about because it's not too wet at the moment. And I don't want to overheat the stamped images, because you can do that. So as you can see, the water is drying pretty quickly. It does go a little bit drier where the water is, or water has been. If you want to, you can put a little bit of ink on there. I might put a little bit of ink down the side there, and yeah, give it a bit of shading, fill it in a bit. But that was all I did really. It's going a little bit matte looking, so I'm probably going to give it a little bit more shade. And as you can see, as it's drying, it's also flattening out. Hope you can hear me over the heat gun. If not, I'm going to have to put subtitles on. Anyway, this was, turn that off. This was just a quick video really to show you what I did. And as you see, I didn't do anything really clever. But just get out there and play and enjoy what you're doing. And I'll be back shortly with instructions how to make the shutter card. Probably not in this colour, I might make a different one, but we'll see. Anyway, don't forget, Brushos. You get 5 and they're brilliant, and they're in the Spring Summer catalogue, and get them while they're here. Enjoy, have a bit of fun. I've contained my mess, so it won't take 2 minutes to mop up, so even if you're not a messy crafter, you can cope with that, I think. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.